Sherman County Board of Commissioners come to order, please.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda for today unless we have any additions or corrections to it.
I second.
Been moved and seconded. We approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
I also make a motion, we approve the previous minutes from the last meeting.
I second.
Been moved and seconded. We approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.
And I'll make another motion, we approve to pay the bills in the amount of $921.88, because we have two.
Yeah.
So the last part would be $921.88.
I will second.
Been moved and seconded. We pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's passed.
I did attend a meeting. Bert and I went to a meeting that Sunflower Electric Corporation put on January 13th. And it is a future high voltage transmission line coming through Sherman County. It will be going from Holcomb to Sidney, Nebraska, and it's in the beginning stages right now. There will be some community meetings coming up. And I did ask a few questions about how it would affect our roads during construction, and that they would look at that while they're planning the transmission. I also asked if it was something to tie in wind generators, and at this time it is not. This is to strengthen the grid.
To strengthen the grid from Holcomb 1.
Holcomb to Sidney, so they can cross power back and forth as one entity might need it or the other. And so there'll be more information coming out on that. If you guys would like to see the map, there's multiple ways that could come through Sherman County. They're looking right now, but they're looking for public input and then start talking to landowners. These will be high voltage steel towers. They're steel.
Okay. Because they've got several wooden, two-pole wooden towers going through substations, I know now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna.
Yeah, no substation, no transformers off of this line. This is just a pass-through at the current time. Construction wouldn't start. It has to go through the Kansas Corporation Commission first after it approves everything here. And then construction probably wouldn't start for at least a year, is what they were telling me. So, like I said, there'll be more information on it, so be looking for that.
They haven't say how many workers would be coming in.
Possibly 50. And it could take a year or two to construct.
Because they'll have to bring a crane in to erect them steel towers.
Yeah, and a lot of concrete work. That was my question about the roads. Because the areas they're working in hard would get well traveled. So. And I also saw we have our fire board minutes. I don't see anything that we need to approve.
I did not see anything.
So
And I did talk to Mike Cochran, and he said they are still looking on some different ways and will be looking to still construct a building on the lot north of the fire station.
Okay. Still looking for some bids and.
Yeah, I know they have one bid and they were looking at some other ways and then also how to get it financed.
Okay.
And they're even looking at their own budget to see what they can do there, so.
Do we need to reappoint on the Region One?
Yeah, I think you have that,
Yeah.
the agreement for emergency management.
We have two different things here. This
Yeah.
is the Emergency Medical Services Council appointment.
Oh, that's probably the one that changes Chris off of it.
Yes, from to Jamie Ross.
Yes.
Yes.
I make a motion, we approve that. And that is, emergency
Region One.
Region
Council.
One council appointment. And it takes Chris Zimmerman off, puts Jamie Ross on.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. We appoint Jamie Ross as Region One. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Motion passed.
Brian also, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, and then we also have the agreement with Sherman, Rollins, and Thomas County, or Cheyenne County for emergency management director.
Is that pretty consistent, what we've done in the past,
Yes.
Steve, that amount?
Yes, that's. I'm gonna
Did
say-
that go up, Ashley?
It did go up this year because Chinese gonna give him a raise.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the agreement with Cheyenne County and Rollins County and Sherman County for emergency management.
I'll second that motion.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion's passed.
Then we have a whole bunch of tax roll corrections too. Did you guys get a look at those?
Yes.
Yeah. You see any one of them that you had questions on, Kev?
I did not.
Neither.
14,
17 through,
15, 16, 17. 11 through 17.
so I'll make a motion to approve the tax roll collection, corrections from 14 through 17?
11.
11 through 17.
11 through 17.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded,
Yep.
approve the tax roll collection, corrections. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just sign the rest of them when I sign checks. Is Chrissy gonna be on, speaker, or will she be coming in?
We're calling her.
Okay.
Let's see, I think there's one that,
Does that need to be executive session? No,
Kevin needs to sign that one.
Unless you guys wanted to do it.
I don't think we need to, do you guys?
No.
Ashley, on that, could you tell us exactly what the commissioners did with the health department on that? Did they just flat extend it?
They did because we didn't know the timeline for COVID. You know what I mean? So we didn't know how long they were not gonna be able to use their leave. So it was just allowing the whole health department to exceed their max if they got to that. So basically, if you go over your max, you lose it. This would make them not lose it. But
And that's year to year. That's the part you're talking about.
it's even throughout the year.
Throughout the year?
Mhm.
So did they, how many hours did they allow them?
They didn't set that.
They didn't set any.
No.
They didn't set a time limit or anything.
Does this have to be decided today? Is there an issue with it right now?
There is an issue with.
There is right
one
now.
employee, yes.
Okay.
Does it just affect one individual?
Right now.
Right now, with the way their shifts are working, we're probably gonna catch up on more.
Right. I just don't want her to have to come back the next meeting and say, now we have another employee. So
Yeah.
if it's just for the whole department. Instead of.
Make a decision to correct it so we don't have to keep dealing with it.
If that's what you choose.
Okay.
We'd have to amend that policy, our
Yeah.
or
put in-
vacation policy.
Put an amendment in it, like another line, like exceptions or something. That'd be a Brett question too, wouldn't it?
I don't think it's really, shouldn't be an issue right now with, low on help and the hours that we're working. So, cause I think most of them would rather have the vacation or the time to do it, so.
When did we go, and I was gonna ask Chrissy this, but when did we go down to 4 people? Was that
That
after
was just
January?
No,
It was.
right at, wasn't it?
Hold on, I'll let you know. About the 5th of January.
Of the 5th of January, so it really, that part of it should not have affected their vacation time. Am I correct on that? I mean, because doesn't a vacation time carry over start January 1?
No, so you accrue it per pay period.
I know, but
So-
when you,
But the
When you
yearly,
met
the
the year.
yearly accumulation.
the year accumulation, when does that start to be in the end?
That's it. It's just, once you hit that max, you can go over the max. There is no certain amount at the end of the year.
Nothing else accrues to it once you hit the max.
Right, you stop accruing when you hit the max. We used
So-
to have, at the end of the year, you had to be at 75% of your leave. We don't have that anymore. So, and it depends on what tier you're in for how long you've been here, but people are accruing faster than they can take the leave.
So there's not a certain date where everybody rolls that over and
No.
starts clean?
No.
Just, is it when they were hired dates, by any chance?
No, it's how long you've been here. So if you, we'll say 5 to 10 years, then you get bumped up into a higher, you accrue more
More.
hours.
But what I'm trying to think, what I'm trying to say is this. When you hit, okay, so if you, it's at like 144 days. So when you hit that 144 days, then from that point on, you rather use those vacation times or you lose it, right?
You mean hours?
Your hours.
It's
Yes,
hours.
yes.
I think of it
Yes.
as days, but
Yes.
hours, yeah. So, if I was, so it doesn't, I guess, I guess what I'm trying to determine here is if they've had the opportunity to use those vacation days up to this point.
That's a good question.
Now, I know that we're down to 5. You know when they went down to 5 people?
Around that same time is when she hired, when we went down to 4 is when she hired the new. It was right in that same week.
So
So we went
we
from
have
4.
5 people right now.
One's training,
And one's
so
in training.
one is not
Yeah,
So-
ready to go alone.
So up to this month, up to January 5th, they've had the opportunity to use their vacation days.
Yeah, I mean, technically they were down one other employee.
So will they be able to, and maybe I should save this and just ask
Yeah,
her,
let's
maybe I
just see.
should do that.
No, it's,
4575.
You want her cell phone?
No,
it
just wondering what number
is
to call.
488.
7, I think. Let me check.
Kevin, what was our total? 1 million.
The total was 1,033,000, so it's 1,033,921.88.
4805, your guys' phone number.
1,033,921.88
1,033,921.88.
was the total
88. Yeah, okay,
bills to pay, because it was
That 38 added on to the.
38 on the 883.
okay.
You get everything taken to the post office?
Yep.
Ashley, has the sheriff's department ran into this, being short a few people? No, okay. I was looking at, it's gonna affect your shift workers more,
More.
like
Okay.
our
Yeah.
EMTs,
Right.
our sheriff's department, and our dispatchers, right? It's just those 3 departments that work
Well, you,
shift total.
And right now it's Chrissy that it's affecting.
Yes.
So our salary department heads still accrue leave. So,
but like even your road and bridge is short people.
Yeah, but they're not working
But if
24 hours a day, shifts,
But
where
if the
that,
snow comes,
yeah.
now it could affect them as well.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
Good.
We're just discussing our policy with the overtime or the vacation time. And
Yes, I know in years past, and it's been a while, but we've had situations where, due to low staffing levels, we were allowed to bank our vacation time, instead of maxing out and losing that vacation time each pay period. And so for my department, I was just going to ask if we could enact something like that.
Chris, I have a question for you. Up to this particular time, up until January, Was anybody denied vacation time, or did they have the opportunity to take vacation time up to January where you became down to 4 people?
Yeah, and at the current time, I'm the only person that is in the situation with
Yeah.
the maxed out vacation time. But I'm just looking at a long-term,
Yeah.
request
Now, when,
for,
okay,
for that.
another question I have is, when you're talking about carrying or banking these hours, are you talking about just the hours that you would accumulate in the month of January where you were shorthanded, or were you talking about all of your vacation time?
Hold on just a second. 305, your traffic. Or 821. What I'm looking at is, we have one person in training now. She won't be on her own until April 1st. So
Okay.
it'll at least be April 1st before anybody in our department can take a day off.
So you-
And so, I guess that's what I'm looking at.
So you're looking from like January to basically April, we hope?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you
In
talking
this
about,
situation.
are you talking about then just the vacation times that you would get during those 3 months? Or if you have other vacation time that you want to carry over with it as well? Does that
What
make?
I'm looking at right now is, right, I'm maxed out at 144 hours.
Yes,
And so I cannot take a day off.
yeah,
And so from now until April, I cannot take a day off.
yeah.
And so I'm gonna be losing like 5.5 vacation hours every pay period. So what
Yes.
I'm asking to do is to hold on to those until we have one more staff member that's able to work.
Because Chrissy, you're gonna have probably one or two other employees in that time span that'll max out also, won't you?
Currently, I believe most of them are doing okay this time around when we're short-staffed, because I've stuck around while everybody's taken their vacation over the last, 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's really important if you're working the radio all the time. You've got to step away. And so
Okay.
they've been able to do that.
Okay.
In my situation, it's been a while because I've chosen to, I was on the APCO board this year, and that took quite a bit of time to where I was planning a conference and different things, and so I just didn't take off work because I'm like, okay, when this is all said and done, at the end of September, then I will start taking some of my vacation time.
I don't have a problem
And so,
with it.
yeah.
But,
And you guys remember Bonnie that worked years ago? She
Yes.
worked the night shift, and when Mary was still here, Mary was gone a lot, and Bonnie could never take a day off, and so, to work on that together, she allowed Bonnie to bank her vacation time, and so that way she wasn't losing it. Because it's pretty darn hard to come to work and, you just think, well, here's another week where I can't take off, and I'm losing almost a full day of vacation every 2 weeks. So I want that for everybody that works here. We try not to get in that situation, but it happens, so.
but we do want to be fair. Don't get us wrong, don't get me wrong, or don't get anybody else wrong. We want to be fair about this, but whatever we decide is going to affect more than just your department. It'll affect just about every department, or possibly could affect every department we have. And,
Right.
and so I just want to make sure in my mind that I have this clear. You're just asking, basically you would have 30 hours of vacation time that you would not be able to take. Do you have other vacation time that you have not used because you were shorthanded? Like, do you have like 50 other hours?
Well, she's at her full, right?
Yeah, but,
144.
yeah, but she would have had some hours in December, and she would have some hours
Yeah.
in
Well,
October that she
No.
may not have
Vacation
used.
For a while.
Yeah, if you hadn't used it for a while.
Right.
Right. I'm not trying to go retroactive. I would just like to, from the time that we have been down
Yes.
to 4 employees,
Okay,
that puts me in a situation where I cannot take a day off.
okay.
You're just asking to let those build up and then use them when you can take time off.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's no cost to the county. It's just, moving it to a different time when it makes more sense. I'm not putting anybody on overtime later on so that I can take a day off.
Okay.
At this point, mentally, no one can take a day off. I have one having to take a sick day next week, so I'll be working 2 12-hour days, and then I'll work midnight 12 hours the next day so she can have that third day off in order to
Right.
make a doctor's appointment that she has to go to.
Okay,
And I'm salaried, so I'm not even making overtime for the extra hours that I'm working right now. And that's fine. That's, just part of it.
part of the beast. I have no problem with making that and with the understanding that, you're banking on this until we get, a fuller staff to allow your staff, rotation of having some time off.
Should we put a time limit where we can revisit it? When she gets her staff full to where they can, then we can relook it.
That might be, but I would think let's give it a little longer than just April. We'll see what fits in. So to go to June and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I still need to be around.
right,
Just because we add one more person, we still have 2 empty spots after that.
yeah,
So that doesn't even put us even close to full staffing. So again, I'm still, the person that if there's any reason someone needs to miss work or they, whatever, I'm still gotta be the fill-in person. Plus, I still have EM duties. We have, like this month, we have weather spotter training coming up. There's just always things that to keep the wheels greased, I've still got to be doing all of my other stuff too. So sitting at a console doesn't really let you finish your 911 report. It has to go to the state and things like that. So it's going to be a bit.
Is your new
before I feel
employee,
comfortable.
Chrissy, on track for April that you'll be able
yes.
to? Okay, and it's working good.
Yes. Yeah, and just because they're working a shift by themselves, I'm still radio
Right.
on and cell phone next to me the whole time they're working for quite some time after that.
Okay.
So
What?
we're getting there. We just, we're still active on the hiring websites and things, and we have some people slowly trickling in. It's not a job where someone can just walk in and go, okay, a warm body, sit down. That's absolutely not it.
correct.
I've taken some heat from applicants that I've said, I'm sorry, you're not the person that we're going to choose, and they suddenly decide to turn around and send me nasty messages and go, well, why are you still advertising if, so-and-so applied? And I'm like, that's not how it works. So,
Suitable applicants would be the,
yeah.
so is June too soon? Or, I'm looking at, long range. Do we want to just come and revisit it at June and keep it in effect until we do get a few more, another body, at least one more besides your trainee coming into action?
Yeah, I can definitely keep in touch
And give
with
it
you.
to her whole department
Right.
if they need it.
Right.
Okay.
I still think we need to make that policy change in there before we jump. I think we need to think about, I'm not opposed to doing this, but I think we need to think about some other long-term effects of this and make
Revisiting
sure
the
that,
whole policy.
yeah, we need to
Visit
revisit
the
that whole
policy
thing,
in
because,
June.
because we go
For the
to
whole
June,
county.
well, she still is gonna accumulate hours in
Yeah.
the next month too. So
Yeah.
and that's okay. Like I said, we wanna be fair to our employees for sure, but
I just feel like
we need to do more detail
we
on
can
it.
do to make the landing softer for 24-hour agencies.
Right.
Not just this, but always keep.
Well, you
keep
got
it
your
open.
PD
We
or
do
your
this, we-
sheriff's office and EMS are all in that.
Yeah.
And then if we have
Yeah.
other departments, we did it for COVID way back when. And so,
Well, even, let's pick on like the treasurer's office. If something happened and she became very, very shorthanded and she can't take a day off for 2 months, she's gonna be in the same boat. We still have to provide service, so.
right.
I'm not asking for special treatment for dispatch. It's just kind of one of those things. What can we do that's a no-cost thing to help us out, so.
I think for right now, I think we can say that we could
Yeah.
allow them to bank that, but we need to,
I would call it a short term if we
Short
go
term until
till
we figure
June and
them out.
revisit it.
Right.
But I think we need
You know,
to
and if
maybe look at our policy.
Okay,
you know, and to me, it's pretty easy to notify you guys, hey, I'm in this situation. Can we enact that until a certain date? And that way everybody's in the loop as to what's going on, including payroll and everybody else, so it's not abused or anything like that. It's a very openly communicated situation.
so Chris, I have another question for you. When you are shorthanded, or let's say you can't cover it all, do you transfer the coverage to a different county? Like,
No.
does Thomas County take over?
No, everybody's in the same boat as us. I mean, you've got your workload that you can manage it. You know, staffing's always a concern.
But if you
Most of the
can't
time people
manage
are
it,
like, well,
does
I
it,
can go ma-
does it, who do you transfer it to when you can't handle it?
There is no transfer.
You don't transfer or
Every county is
911?
so specific. No, if we have 911 calls come in, like, you know, more than 4 at a time, those calls do roll over to Colby, and then they listen to the scanner, and if they hear us giving out the same incident, they don't bother us with it. But if it's something separate, then they get a hold of us and say, hey, you've got a situation. That's just 911 calls, though. I mean, 911 calls are like 10% of our workload.
I was just wondering if there's a way that you could work together, so if you're shorthanded and you couldn't cover a shift, that you could roll it over to like Thomas County so they could cover that shift for you.
No.
I'm just asking, Chris, because I don't
I
know.
get what you're saying. Yeah. It's, every county's geography is so different. And like I said, everybody's workload is, they can manage it, but they got their own
Yeah,
stuff they don't wanna take
we
on
don't,
another
we don't
county.
have at this time a regional dispatch center that is working. I know there's been talk of that many times, but we do not have any regional ones at this time that
Well, a
can,
regional center is probably gonna have the same problem with staffing as a
correct?
local center. I mean,
Yes.
you're in one town, so then if you can't pull people from your own town, you're having to ask people to drive, and, I mean, that doesn't really solve anything.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right,
it's been kicked around a million times, but
yeah,
you want someone sitting in your county that knows your county.
Yeah.
And you don't get that when you have, Ford County is doing this right now. They dispatch for like 5 counties, and it's honestly a train wreck from what I've heard.
yeah. That, I've heard that also.
It's not something that you wanna do.
okay. Thank you for that.
Do we want to have a motion for that, please? Okay,
For an exception to the vacation policy, please.
until June. Okay,
Okay.
Well, so I make a motion, we make an exception to the vacation policy until June, that hours can be accrued longer to go over the limit. And then we will relook this change in our first meeting in June, just so it's temporary.
Are we gonna make it temporary just for dispatch? Are we gonna include?
That's what I
everything?
would, my motion
Yes.
is just dispatch for now,
Just
because that's the
dispatch.
only affected department.
Okay. I'll second.
been moved and seconded that we extend or allow them to bank vacation hours until June. All in favor say aye for dispatch. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign, motion is passed. Anything else, Chrissy?
Not on that, nope.
Okay, got any other? All right.
Keep us posted, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that has everything ready for these guys?
We're ready for Mr. Schilling and Mr. Duell.
My big guy. Hey, happy Kansas Day. You realize that we live in the greatest state created by man, in the greatest country created by God, and we happen to live in the greatest county in Kansas, so that makes us the greatest people in the whole wide
There we
world.
go.
There we're good.
Thank you, Ron.
Good. Hey, so we just wanted to give you an update on we had match day, and the county really came behind us big. I mean, they were good. So we have around $15,000 available to help with the project. I don't know if we, to do that cement around there. I know we want to do an 8-foot slab
Yes,
and slope it just a little bit to get the water out, but still not too steep that wheelchairs fall over.
you know, it would be no more than a quarter of a bubble. You know, it dropped 1 inch in that 8 feet or something like that.
Aaron's been working on getting bids out, but I got this question for you. So if we have enough money to do if you guys would pay for the cement and we would pay for the contractor, would we still have to do bids?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be willing to help us on, I don't know if I can do it all for 15 grand.
Well, the cement,
I'd say bring us the bids so we
Yeah.
can,
yeah,
so we can collectively look at what it's gonna cost.
Okay,
Because we do have some money in our fairgrounds now that we're rolled into a new year.
okay, but something you'd be able to, you mean
We'd
it's a
sure-
possibility we could get some
I
help?
would say possibility.
I mean,
We'd
I
like to.
don't think I can do the whole thing for 15.
No, I don't think so either.
But it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
start. So. Okay, but anyway, I was really, I never know on match day if people are gonna, but man, they really came in. They wanted to help a bunch. We collect a little more than that, but the way match day works, you gotta leave so much in the account for
Yeah.
a year and then, the way it all works. But we have about 15,000 available to us.
roughly figuring your cement by itself is gonna be around $6,000.
Yes.
And so, the time you get somebody to come in, there's gonna be some dirt work that has to be done to,
Some pinning and some reinforcement
Right.
put in.
It's always the
Mhm.
labor and stuff that
Mhm.
costs the most on everything, so. What do you figure? I don't know, you figure labor like twice as high as cement or something like that?
Well,
I don't know.
that's what, I've never
cover.
got a good answer from
Yeah.
any contractors to say,
Yeah.
because they say, well, depending on how you're having to pour it, is, are we gonna be able to, where the buffalo grass is, we can get the truck in there pretty easily, but if over on the bluegrass, is it gonna be able to get the
Yeah,
truck in
or
there?
around the backside, it'll have
Around
to
the
be
backside,
wheelbarrowed
of
in.
course, there won't be as much, but,
Mhm.
And
there's.
if you'll notice there on that west side to the south side of the main door, we got some chipping coming down off the wall, we need to kinda.
Yeah.
What that process is called, but I mean, we got a lot to do, but at least I feel good that we're gonna get started about a few things, it just takes time,
Yeah,
so. I'm hoping we get the cement in this year and maybe get the building painted and maybe by next year we can get a big one and get some windows in, so.
Well, actually, I'd make the comment that we might have a work day for painting.
Uh-huh.
Just, different people that like to paint or, be able to go out there and get that bottom below the bricks. But we don't wanna do it until after we get the concrete poured.
Yes, and then I think it's a good idea to get the painting done before we put the windows in.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think. What about you, Aaron? What big scoop do you got for today? I didn't get to talk to you before the meeting, so I'm sorry.
I guess my question is can I go pick 3 people to get bids from and the 4th person's mad because I didn't ask, or do we need to go through the bid
I
process?
just put it in the newspaper and then
Okay.
contact people to let them know that it's in the newspaper.
Okay. So,
That'll simple it up a
Yeah.
little bit. Who wants
I,
to?
because if it's
I mean, the 3
public-
I would pick might not be the 3 that
Yeah, but if
somebody
it's
else might
public
see.
though, then
Yeah.
at least it's out there.
Well, I think if we get a little help from you guys on this project, we can get her done.
That's what we were hoping to be able to at least cover some of it, and then we can work together, get a bid, get it going. Because what, did you say there's about 300 feet
Yeah,
that has to be done?
Yeah.
To go clear around, back to the grandstand?
that's gonna be about 30 yards of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Concrete's right at $200 a yard, so.
Okay,
Sure,
So,
sure would be nice.
you just
yeah.
open the gate and me and Aaron are gonna go like crazy.
Yep.
Okay, gate's open, we're gonna go. We're gonna get her
Get
done.
it in the paper, get some bids, and then let's see what the numbers are, and then
Okay.
we'll get it going, don't you think?
I would. On the windows, what do you think? And you think we can, people donate for window? You can buy
Well,
a
you
window or
know,
something like that? What's your thought on
I
that?
never hate to get cart before the horse, but I'm hearing some pretty good rumblings that we may have some people that wanna help with that. So, but,
Well, yeah, you
but you
know,
never know. You just never know, you know,
Yeah.
you just never know.
cause I was looking at the concrete too, you know, there'd be people that would, you know, hey, you wanna donate a yard of concrete? And, you know, get them to either just put a plaque up or, I don't know, a brick or whatever, you know,
Uh-huh.
to help with that, cause that, I think people would be interested in saying, yeah, hey, been involved in this for a long time, you know, I would like to have something there to show that, you know, we're still in support of this facility. And
Aaron's pretty creative on, the other building he did up there is fabulous. You know, we may get a contract. I mean, I think once we get started, people hear about it, maybe we'll put a story in the paper or something and, you know, or Facebook and
Right.
we can get people to wanna help with stuff, so. But I think the big thing is just get started, so you got the gate open for us, we're gonna roll.
Yeah.
See what we can get done.
We appreciate you doing that, Ron.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
Both of us.
Aaron and the Fair Board have been wonderful, and we got you know, everybody on our committee, you got Jennifer, and you got Amy, and you got Marcia. I got everybody? Thanks.
Don't leave anybody out.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, so everybody's just kicking in and going, and you know, where everybody just, you know, and I think if you did it, most people live in Sherman County realize that that building's really pretty special.
Yes, it
And we
is.
need to get her fixed up, and it just takes time and money, and we get her going, and
Not to change the subject, how is your construction coming on your other building?
On the plaza,
Yeah.
the concrete's poured, the building's sitting out there. It arrived
Okay,
this
so,
week. Yep,
okay,
so
you do have it,
We do,
got it.
yep, so,
and Miller's is doing that.
correct, yep,
Mhm.
yep, so, yep.
The timeline on that, just weather,
That would be my guess. I'm guessing if we get good weather here again, Miller's will probably start
yeah.
putting the building up and
So I think there'll be a lot of talk when that's up.
yeah.
oh, absolutely. So, we've got enough funds to do electrical, so, some of
Okay.
that'll work, in conjunction with construction. So, cause we lined the inside, the underside for bird control.
Oh,
So we had
okay,
enough funds to do
Good.
that. And so
that's gonna be nice.
we can keep birds
Yeah.
from hopefully building nests.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you guys very much. I think that's gonna be great.
Well, we got big plans out there, you know, with the gate. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do, but
Yes.
you know, it's just.
Yeah.
And I used to never worry about time, but I'm getting older, and time's an important issue too. And,
Yeah.
and money's been a problem ever since the creation of time, you know. But
Yeah.
we'll figure out a way to get her done. It's we got a
Yeah,
lot of good
and-
people in this community.
We had
Yes,
talked a
sir.
little bit about the poultry barn too, about trying to do something with that. Maybe when spring gets here, about possibly even having the building lifted and put a new foundation under it. So some options we're looking at. Cause we know that has issues too.
it has made, yeah,
Mhm.
it has issues. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's had issues.
And you guys saw the roof.
Yeah, how's that project coming?
We're still waiting.
We just
Did we
got it
get
back from
insurance?
Insurance yesterday,
Are we,
about $8,000 worth.
so we'll,
Hopefully they use longer screws this time.
And bigger around.
Yes.
yeah, so we'll get that fixed.
Okay. Well, we appreciate everything, and we just try to keep you updated
Yeah,
and let
no,
you know.
thank you.
And we're gonna roll like crazy now. We're gonna
All
get
right.
started. We'll get our foundation done, and we'll build from there. We'll see what
There
we
you
can
go.
do. Okay. Hey, thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you both very
Okay.
much.
Thank you, guys.
And remember, Kansas Day.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
We are gonna have a head of department meeting. Do you guys have anything you want me to bring up? That's us commissioners. Any questions you want to have answered, any information you want me to pass on?
I would bring up the vacation policy
I was gonna talk
and,
to him about that.
and ask everybody their thoughts, if they've had issues, do we need to make changes? That'll help us decide in June. I think by June, we ought to have something solid
I do too.
Otherwise, just an update how everybody's doing. Are all of our departments down also? Do we need more
Always need
people?
more. Road and bridge and dispatch. I think
Last-
the health
Last I
depart-
knew, Rod said he was down 2. Is the sheriff department still?
Yeah,
one?
Sheriff's office was down, at least one. EMS.
There's full right now. Cause we
Land-
just hired another paramedic, that come out of Chris's class.
Yeah, they're either full or just down 1. They're close.
They're close, yeah. For some reason I thought they were still down one, but maybe not. And landfill just got full. So, not bad, really.
So yeah.
Okay, we will do that. Okay.
Thank them for their diligence and hard work.
One other thing, we have a flag recycling box out here in the commons
yeah.
area.
Yes.
We have been approached, like the ballot box out here and the drug take back box.
Right.
The Elks had a, flag box. Gary
Clunk?
McClung has it. Would you guys be okay with us putting that in the alley?
That's one of those drop-offs for
Yeah.
disposal of old flags.
Yes, like ripped or whatever. He would
Yeah.
maintain it, he would come empty it, he would take care of the flags.
I think it'd be great.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Probably by the, either drug take-back box or the ballot box.
It used to set on the north side of the Elks.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a metal one, just like,
Yeah. Yeah, because the
Receiving
VFW
any-
used to take them also, but see, there's
Yeah.
nobody there anymore,
I hate to
so.
be that person, but I would almost rather have it closer to the ballot box, just so that there's some accountability if we have an open box.
Okay.
because of the cameras.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's lit pretty good at night, isn't it, back there? Okay.
Well, that'd be,
What it looks like.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all I have.
I don't have anything else. Do you, Ashley?
Nope.
Have anything?
Nope.
If there's nothing else, I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
I second.
Been moved and seconded, we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is passed.